All right, so here's the deal. I bought this 1969 Ford 600 grain truck on the computer, on the internet, Craigslist. I went to the DMV, got the plates. I've got a few tools and a couple things to maybe help get it started. I've got about half a gallon of gas because it is really low on gas. So my plan here today is just to get this baby started up. I will give you a walkthrough, like a tour of the truck, and maybe even get it home. See on these plates that it was plated 18, so it's not like it's not been running for a while. It has been sitting a lot over its lifetime. You know, these grain trucks around here, they're really common. This one, like I said, is a 1969, and farmers will bring it out for a couple weeks in the fall just to haul their corn. Oh yeah. All right, got the key, that's good. All right, let me just give you a quick overview of the cluster, which is super high tech. Okay, you got key over here, some kind of air vent, I think manual, not blower. And then you've got the marker lights up here, those are the ones on top of the cab. You got your lights and you got your windshield wipers, which we're gonna need today. Turn signal, horn, awesome. And this is a throttle adjustment. We'll figure that out. Choke and the fan blower. I have no idea what this is. No idea at all. Maybe something with the PTO. I don't know. This is the obviously emergency brake. And then this dilly-hoo over here, this is your disconnect. Okay, I think the way this works is this is the disconnect to hook up the PTO, which will then run the dump lever, which is right here. So it hooks up your hydraulics to run your dump lever. And oh, we got to look in the glove box. Okay, good. We got the pedal covers and an old tail light. Pretty good. And check this out. Happy birthday, 200th anniversary, 1976. I don't know if you guys were alive in the 70s, but man, that 1976 stuff was huge. This truck was 7 years old, and I think that's just gonna stay right there. All right, so that's the walk through the cabin. I need to stop stalling and get this baby started. Okay, that was way too easy. All right, let's go see what it sounds like under the hood. All right, so here's just a peek under the hood. It's a straight six, and it sounds okay, but it might be kind of missing on one. I got that feeling like it's missing on one. Somebody has worked with the distributor cap, it's not totally old, and the carburetor looks like it was clean the last 20 years. There's all kinds of buildup on the valve cover. Oil pump looks okay. And and smoking a little bit. So, you know, those are all good signs. All right, well, I've got the plates on it, so it's legal. I kind of want to just get out of here, so I'm just going to take off and go to the car wash, try to clean the engine, maybe pour some gunk into the carburetor, seafoam. And at that point, I'll give you a full tour of the truck, and we'll see if we can get the dump bed to dump. This little speedo cluster is pretty cool. Got the mileage, 104,000. Turn signal indicator, and then so over here the alternator, if it's creating juice. Oil pressure, which looks a little bit low on this meter. Temperature reading right here, and then fuel over here. So it's just kind of all in one place, which is kind of cool. It's obviously got room for a tack over here and something else over here. About 55, but it's a lot happier at 45. 4-speed. Some of these guys, some trucks like this have a 2-speed rear hub that allows you to get a higher gear range, but this one doesn't have that. It's got the 1-speed hub in the back. Maybe it was replaced or something, I don't know. But it seems to like going 45, and that is okay with me. All right, so I just stopped by AutoZone to get some oil. All right, the engine now has the luxury of oil, and I'm gonna go to my favorite car wash and see if we can't wash parts of this truck, maybe the engine. So here's the dumping mechanism. You've got your hydraulic lifts right here, and the hydraulic feed is coming in right here. All right, then here is the back end, single axle dualies, and this is the corn business end of things. You can see these guys have been replaced. It's got one of these on either side, a little bit stiff. This is the main one. And all wood bed. The wood's actually in pretty good shape. I've got a little bit of standing water down there. I obviously need to park the truck a little bit more of an incline to deal with that, or I could drill holes, but the wood's pretty good. I think in these old corn trucks, the deal is that the corn has so much oil that the wood ends up kind of not only smooth, but oiled up. And look at that. It actually comes with some free kernels. That is such a bonus. And here's the other slider. And then here's your look inside the bed. These chains are here to just keep the sidewalls from busting apart when they had a big load of grain. These side walls, the metal, if you unbolt it, it will pop out and you just have a flat panel. And somebody replaced the lights with new LEDs, at least some of them. I guess that's because it had to go through an annual inspection. And there is room here if you wanted to put a slider, you know, like a ramp. You could bring it out about 7 feet and slot it between these two I-beams. So theoretically, if we start up the truck, we should be able to engage the PTO, which will power the hydraulics, for which there's a control right under the seat. All right, so that's it right now for the Ford 600. I do have some seafoam that I've got to put in the engine, and maybe in the gas I'm going to run some heat, just because you know, this had maybe like half a gallon of gas in it, which I topped off to a full gallon, and I think that was mainly water. So I did add some more gas, but I need to add some heat to get that water out of the system. Other things I've got to do for the truck immediately is just a full tune-up. It's just running rough. You know, it just doesn't sound quite right, so I'm thinking plugs, wires, and air cleaner, oil change. The oil is gunked up. And then I should probably mention what my plans are for this truck. It would be an awesome work truck, especially for hauling materials out of big jobs. You know, currently if I rip out a deck or a staircase or do a renovation, I'll end up doing multiple loads in my pickup. But with this huge bed in the back, I could definitely haul more stuff. I'm also thinking about maybe building it out kind of like a camper, like a house truck kind of thing, nixing the metal walls back there and building something funky. So those are my thoughts. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do. It's just a cool truck. I love the lines. Hit me with a comment down below if you want to. I respond to all comments on this channel. Thanks for checking it out, and you're gonna see this truck again in the future. Catch you then.